Today, ranging across the oceans of the world, from the Atlantic and the Pacific to the South China Sea, is a fleet which is probably the most powerful in history, the modern United States Navy. And yet today, with all the sophistication and refinement of modern weapons and computerized systems, this same Navy has been called upon to fight a unique and different kind of war.
In Vietnam, the special demands of guerrilla warfare have shaped another Navy. I'm Raymond Burr. What you are about to see is not the story of the familiar deep-water Navy we already know so well, the Navy of aircraft carrier, cruiser, and destroyer. This is about a shallow-water fleet of specially designed craft which serve in Vietnam, prepared to meet the Viet Cong on his own terms and outlast him. It is the story of river warfare and coastal surveillance, of patrol boat and river assault craft. It is the story of the small boat Navy.
Late 50s and the early 60s, American naval advisors working with units of the South Vietnamese Navy observe the terrain and consider the tactics which will one day confront the small boat Navy. All along the 1,500 miles of South Vietnam's coastline and in the endless waterways of the Mekong River Delta, 9 million acres of fertile wet rice paddies and farmlands, the only practical means of transportation for farmer and businessman, fisherman and tourist, government loyalist and Viet Cong is by water. Uncontrolled, this normal activity provides the VC with a continuing opportunity for smuggling and infiltration. It is clear to American naval observers early in the war that an essential step in denying this most populous area of South Vietnam to the Viet Cong would be the development of patrol craft suited to the task of controlling these lanes of transportation and communication. Some existing craft come close to fitting the requirements. The U.S. Navy's LCPL, originally designed for amphibious operations, is quickly singled out for assignment in Vietnam. The WPB, an 82-foot Coast Guard cutter, used throughout U.S. waters, is one of the first craft to arrive for duty. Today, the Coast Guard and Navy work hand in hand on coastal patrol. More advanced designs are studied. An air-cushioned vehicle capable of 60 miles per hour over ground or water is tested to examine the possibilities it offers for use in swampy terrain. In a search for shallow draft, high-speed craft, the Navy examines various hulls and propulsion systems, many of them already being used at the time in some of the newest pleasure boats and in small commercial crafts, such as this high-speed supply and replenishment boat being used with offshore oil well rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. From this civilian hull is developed a new military craft, the U.S. Navy's patrol craft Fast, better known as the Swift boat. 50 feet long and capable of running at 25 knots, the Swift boat is armed with twin 50 caliber machine guns forward and a single 50 mounted with an 81 millimeter mortar aft. The Swifts are the first of the new Navy small boats to operate in Vietnam.